This is Mount Midoriyama, Japan. More than 1,500 feet of metal, mud, and pain. Over the past 13 years, 2,500 competitors have attempted to conquer this most punishing of obstacle courses. Only 3 have ever succeeded. Though no American has reigned supreme, a few have come close, only to have their dreams crushed.
Now the search is on for 10 Americans who will travel to Japan in their quest for total victory. 300 athletes have taken their best shot at the grueling qualifying course. We've witnessed the triumph of landing a spot in the coveted top 30, the disappointment of falling short, and the agony of being bumped out of that elite group. Today, our top 30 athletes will battle it out to see who will move on to boot camp, a secluded training ground where the top 15 will endure the toughest training and testing of their lives, on obstacles modeled after those at Mount Midoriyama. Only 10 will survive and travel to Japan for their shot at total victory and $250,000. The race is on to find out who will be the first American Ninja Warrior. Welcome to Venice Beach, California, where we're kicking off the semi-finals of American Ninja Warrior.
I'm Matt Iseman alongside Jimmy Smith. Jimmy, we saw an absolutely fantastic qualifying round. From a field of hundreds, we narrowed it down to just 30. But what has surprised you most about the competition so far?
Well, the biggest surprise has to be Trevor Vaughn. The 21-year-old newcomer came out of nowhere to post the fastest time of the qualifiers, a blazing 39.05 seconds.
I don't think anyone was expecting me to do that well. As I was running the course, they thought I was just a guy dressed up in a costume, you know what I mean? I think I proved them wrong.
Wow! Trevor Vaughn blows his course away with the best time yet.
Not surprising, we also saw some of the most experienced guys, Levi Muhlenberg, Brian Orozco, and Kane Sinclair serve up very strong runs. They're all veterans of Japan, and it was evident in the qualifying round.
That was then, this is now, because the slate has been wiped clean. Their qualifying times got them here, but today's performance is the sole factor in determining which 15 move on to the next round.
That's right, there's gonna be a lot of musical chairs going on. Let's go down to Alison Haislip to find out exactly how that's gonna work.
Guys, this seat right here is reserved for the fastest competitor in this competition. Now, all the rest of our top 15 are gonna be sitting here, seated according to their time, but this seat right here, this is the hot seat. This is the scariest seat in the house, because once you're here, everybody who runs after you, they have the potential of knocking you out of the competition. I would not want to be sitting here. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Allison. And if that's not enough pressure, things are about to get tougher.
A lot tougher, because in addition to the 6 obstacles they've dealt with in the qualifying round, we've tacked on 3 brutal new obstacles. The first of the new obstacles is called the salmon ladder, and it's sure to test these guys to their very core. Athletes will vault from a mini trampoline, grab the bar, and propel themselves upward using only their momentum and upper body strength. Then it's time to launch onto the circle slider and hope you have the strength to hold on for the ride to the bottom. From there, these competitors will have to scale the cargo net 31 feet to the platform, hit the buzzer, and pray their time holds up.
All right, first up on the extended course, Ibrahim Peak.
Ibrahim is one of our great stories, Matt. He lost 70 pounds with the single-minded goal of completing this course. You have to admire the guy, and he looked terrific in qualifying.
He's lost 70 pounds, but he is still our heaviest competitor at 190 pounds.
Compared to the other athletes, that is huge. They usually go in the 145 to 160 pound range. Oh, and Ibrahim is down on the Bridge of Blades.
Wow, the Bridge of Blades took out so many in qualifying. Ibrahim solved it then, but not today.
It's still a dangerous obstacle. Just because you did it once doesn't mean it can't get you again.
Let's send it over to Alison Haislip.
That blade bridge, what happened?
I thought I could take it faster, and I thought, well, then I should have anyway.
You're feeling a lot of disappointment right now, or have you already sort of achieved your goal?
No, I haven't achieved my goal. I wanted to win.
So Peak understandably disappointed, Jimmy.
He is, but you know we'll see him here next year.
Next up on the course, 30-year-old stuntman Brent Stephenson.
I've always been kind of athletic. Started with gymnastics, then I went to snowboarding, added some diving, then trampoline, then the free running. Moved from Utah to LA about 2.5 years ago. Came for the stunts. Yesterday, I didn't know what to expect, really. I kind of cruised through the course. You know, I wasn't really aware that time was going to be such an issue. So I was kind of sweating bullets yesterday when it was coming down, and I was on the fence, you know. What I'm going to do differently today, I'm not going to hold back. I'm just going to fly through the course. You know, I'm really confident I know the first part of it. I'm just going to fly through it.
Well, Rich King was his mentor. They met in college. He introduced him to free running. Let's see if he follows his mentor all the way to Japan.
And Brent starting on the course, good through the quad steps, using the 2-foot technique, but quick to the rope swing.
Nice distance on the rope swing into the dreaded Bridge of Blades. Great job over that.
Really no hesitation. I think all the competitors know they have to step up their times.
Nice fall to the jumping bars, and Brent showing a very smooth arm-to-arm technique. He's setting a ferocious pace.
So far, 28 seconds looking at the warp wall, much faster than yesterday.
And he's just blazing through this today. Doesn't make it on his first attempt. He's through the first 6 obstacles in 42 seconds.
I think they know with the level of competition in this top 30, they can't leave anything on the table.
Onto the salmon ladder. Oh! I think he tried to rush a little bit. He tried to jump up before he had stopped swinging.
So the salmon ladder claims its first victim. I think Brent could have gotten up given the time, but one false plant and he's down.
You have to remember, you're through the course he went through yesterday. It's tiring. We saw a lot of guys finish and they were very fatigued. Now you have 3 more obstacles to get through.
Getting ready to tackle the course now, someone who I would have to consider one of our favorites to be in the top 15, Kane Sinclair.
You know, he made it to Japan last year. Funny story, he didn't have his passport until the day they left for Japan. He almost didn't make the trip. Will he make it this time?
Now, last year in Japan, Kane Sinclair failed to complete stage 1. He didn't fall, he just ran out of time. Let's see how quickly he goes through our course. Kane staring down the Bridge of Blades. Little stumble on the dismount, but he's through. Now onto the spider jump.
A little bit of a slip there, but he didn't panic.
Surprisingly slow through the spider jump. Kind of an awkward technique there.
Well, he has very long legs. I think he's having trouble fitting them between the wall, but he got through it.
Kane looking very sure-handed through the jumping bars.
Matt, he doesn't have a lot of wasted motion in his approach to the jumping bars. That'll conserve energy for later. That's important.
Kane is up on the warp wall. Time through it about 56 seconds. Now he's preparing to face the first of the new obstacles, the salmon ladder.
Kane is going to take his time here. He just saw Brent Stephenson attack this obstacle and go down quickly. He's not going to rush it. I think he's ready. Good jump. He's on the salmon ladder. Can he get to the top?
Kane apparently not terribly concerned with time. His focus purely on making his way up. Looks like he's fatiguing a little bit. Oh! And he's down!
The problem with this strategy, the longer you hang on, the harder it is to hold.
So once you get to the bar on the salmon ladder, you just got to go up as fast as you can.
You got to go up quickly. I mean, you have to be careful enough that you don't fall, but hanging and taking your time, you're supporting all your weight. That's not an easy thing to do.
Up now, Adam Truesdale.
Adam takes a Zen approach to athletics. He's heavily into meditation, says he likes to attack this course by breaking it down mentally. The problem is you can't overthink it either.
Well, let's see if he will be the first to complete this course. Through the Bridge of Blades very smoothly.
Flying through the spider jump. Onto the jumping bars, getting good momentum.
Adam plans to live to be 250 years old.
Well, good luck with that.
Well, the good news is He has a lot of years left to try this course. So far, 37 seconds as he's staring down the warped wall.
He's up on his first try. I think that's important.
So far, he's beating his qualifying time by about 14 seconds, but the salmon ladder looms.
Now, you hear the veteran saying, breathe, breathe. Before you get on the salmon ladder, you have to be ready to take your time.
And this is what we talked about where it was real difficult. He took his time to stop his body swaying. Looking like real good form, good upper body strength by Adam Truesdale. The question is, how high will he go before he leaps to the circle slide?
Got it.
And he's on! Our first competitor to make it to the circle slide, and now onto the cargo net. Let's see if Adam has enough left in the tank to make it to the top.
You can see his arms are very fatigued. How much time will it take to get up the cargo net?
Looks like he will be the first to complete it, but this cargo net is really taking a lot of time for Adam Truesdale.
No, you have to think about how bad your arms must be burning at this point. You still have to keep going. You have to keep the clock in mind.
Well, he's going to set the gold standard at this point. Let's see what his time is. 1 minute, 50.86 seconds for Adam Truesdale.
I think that's a very respectable time, but will it hold up?
Adam Truesdale last year finished 40th. Today, he's the first competitor to complete this extended course.
You know, he said he was a thinker. He likes breaking the course down. Maybe that was the key that helped him get through the salmon ladder and on to victory.
Let's go to Alison Haislip, who's with Adam right now.
First person to finish the course. My God, how are you feeling? How good was it to hit that button?
I was so happy to be at the top.
Yeah?
I mean, my hands were falling apart. I had no idea how hard it would be to grip the cargo net.
Well, you fought through. You're the first person in our 15. So go take your seat, man.
Thank you very
First
much.
one, go! Back to you guys.
Let's take a look at how the first 4 competitors have fared so far on this extended course. Adam Truesdale is the only one to reach the finish line. Brent Stephenson and Kane Sinclair both successfully completed the warp wall, but failed at the salmon ladder. And Ibrahim Peak was only able to get past the rope swing. We're looking forward to top 15 who will move on to boot camp. Coming up, an American Ninja Warrior veteran and a newcomer. Will either of them have what it takes to conquer the course when American Ninja Warrior returns? Welcome back for more of the semi-final round of American Ninja Warrior. Only one of our first 4 competitors has been able to clear this merciless course. 5 more have tried, each failed badly.
That's right, Austin Green and Ryan Rochelle both went down on the rope swing. But it was the salmon ladder that got the best of Lauren Ball, Chris Wilczewski, and National Guardsman Ryan Stratus.
With Ryan's fall, 9 people have taken on this extended course. Only 1 has been able to complete it so far. You have to wonder if we'll see 15 actually get to the finish line.
Like we've been saying, Matt, this extended course has been brutal.
At this point, I guess we should address that if the course proves too difficult for 15 people to complete it, we do have a system for figuring out which 15 advance to the next round.
That's right. Among the competitors who don't finish, we'll look at which guys got the furthest along the course in the fastest time. For example, a number of competitors have gone out on the salmon ladder. That means their times to the warped wall, the last obstacle they successfully cleared, will determine if they move on or go home.
For our next competitor, it's a lifelong dream to be here, and his run through qualifying had to be a dream come true. Patrick Cusick.
You know, he just turned 21, old enough to compete in American Ninja Warrior. He's been thinking about this for the last 5 years.
Patrick's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He came out here to Los Angeles with his mom and dad, and he is dying to make it to the next round. Real interesting talking to him after his run yesterday. He said he wasn't focused on time, really had a single-minded focus on just completing the course.
The best athletes are always on automatic.
But a little stumble on the Bridge of Blades, not quite as smooth as yesterday.
But he's through and up onto the spider jump. His time in qualifying, about 52 seconds, good enough for 16th place. Let's see how he stacks up this time through the first 6 obstacles.
That's one of the great things about American Ninja Warrior. As a fan, you can go from watching it on TV to actually being here and competing.
Hey, send in the tape. We might be here next year.
Up the warped wall in about 49 seconds. That's about 2 seconds faster than in qualifying.
But here comes that salmon ladder, Matt.
Patrick, testing the tramp, wants to get a feel for it. Again, only a minute so far gone in his run. That's going to be so disappointing. Fingertips on the bar, but cannot hold on.
That trampoline jump to the salmon ladder has doomed so many competitors.
Again, you can't take too long in the beginning of the course because if 15 people don't complete it, it will come down to how far you got and how fast you got there.
Well, that's important. These are all strategy questions that an experienced athlete has to deal with. How fast do I go? How much time do I take?
Well, Patrick's getting the love from mom and dad. He now finds himself hoping 48 seconds through the warped wall is going to be good enough to get him into the top 15. Stepping up next, it's Rich King, a stuntman here in Los Angeles. He's another guy who earned a trip to Japan last season.
Rich trying to become just our second competitor to complete this course.
Off and running. Whoa! A little slip up on the quad steps, but he recovers and onto the rope swing.
Doing well so far. You have to wonder how much is his experience going to be a factor.
Oh, and Rich takes it in the gut, but he's up. Aggressive through the course so far, and qualifying his time just under 50 seconds.
Doing great on the spider jump. I think he might beat his time from yesterday at this pace.
You know, the good ones make it look easy. Onto the jumping bars. Let's see how he goes through it. Two-hand technique, making sure he's just trying to complete the course.
I think a lot of competitors now are thinking about how much arm strength they have left.
Rich staring at the warped wall at about 45 seconds.
Taking his time here, wants to regroup.
Well, so far, a little slower than he was yesterday, but now the real test, the salmon ladder. There's just no easy way to approach the salmon ladder. Oh, look at that! Rich barely hanging on by his fingertips, but he's up.
You know, the advice they were shouting at him, land right in the middle. Make sure your hands are in the middle so you're not off balance as you're going up, and looks like sound advice so far.
Real interesting though, he's not keeping his arms at 90 degrees, he's fully extending his body. Gotta be taxing. Is he high enough? Looks like he's gonna go for the circle slider right here.
It's a tough leap, but he thinks he can make it.
And Rich King has made it past the salmon ladder. Looks like we will finally have our second man to complete the course.
Well, he's making good time so far.
Again, he looked like he was tired out by the salmon ladder. Will he feel the effects here on the cargo net?
Adam Truesdale's time of 1:50 looks to be safe, but I think Rich will settle for sitting in second place at this point.
Rich just chugging his way up the cargo net. He wants to hit that buzzer badly and put his name on the leaderboard. So Rich King becomes just the second man to finish this course. His time just a shade over 2 minutes, 11 seconds, and he looks spent. With Rich King's run to the finish line, here's how the leaderboard stacks up. Adam Truesdale holds on to the top spot while Rich King takes over second place. As you can see, 6 others only made it as far as the warped wall. Coming up, Levi Muenberg fights for another shot at Mount Midoriyama. Can this legend make it to the finish line, or will he become just another casualty here in Venice? When American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. I'm Matt Iseman alongside Jimmy Smith. Today we're trimming our field of 30 competitors in half to the worthy 15 who move on to the next round. This course has been unforgiving so far. The guys are struggling, and it's the salmon ladder that continues to do the most damage.
Second place qualifier, David Money, Sean Morris, and Thomas Hall all took a bath at this ruthless new obstacle.
But things started to turn around with rock climber and former American gladiator Evan Dollar. He utilized crazy speed and insane upper body strength to make his way onto the leaderboard.
And David Campbell flew through the course, put on a clinic at the salmon ladder, and moved into second place.
Adam LaPlante, the 21-year-old from Indiana, put together a strong run and became the 5th person to complete this extended course.
Dorian Cedars, who injured his ankle in qualifying, plowed through the course in obvious pain, but his tender ankle held up and he crossed the finish line.
After 18 competitors, just 6 have managed to complete the course. The rest of the leaderboard is comprised of the 9 athletes who failed at the salmon ladder. They're ranked in order of their times through the warped wall. We've asked the top 15 runners to take a seat on the finalist platform stand. Ryan Stratis had the slowest time getting through the warped wall, 57.85 seconds, so he's on the hot seat and in danger of being sent packing.
Let's see if Ryan survives the run. William Spencer. Spencer is our 8th fastest qualifier and a veteran of last season's American Ninja Warrior.
William knows his time to the warped wall could be just as important as actually completing the course. He might decide to fly through the first 6 obstacles as fast as he can.
We've seen some people trying to fly through who fell earlier, so nothing is guaranteed.
Whoa! William not looking confident on the rope swing. You don't expect to see that.
It only takes 1 mental lapse and you are out of this competition. Rope swing causing him a lot of difficulty, but he gets across.
No fear crossing the bridge of blades and onto the spider jump. And Spencer cruising through the spider jump confidently. No hesitation onto the jumping bars. Remember, Ryan Stratis got through the warped wall in 57.85 seconds. Can William better that time? And look at that, doesn't even bother with the last bar. 49 seconds through the warped wall. That is faster than Ryan Stratis was able to do it. That means Ryan will be going home.
Now here comes that salmon ladder.
Wants to make sure he nails this jump.
Wow, great jump, easily makes the bar.
Really digging deep. William fell just short of a trip to Japan last year. Would love to rewrite history here.
Uh-oh, Williams caught up on that second rung. Can he even get the bar out?
Still on the salmon ladder, fully extended, gotta be tiring him out.
It is so tough supporting your whole body weight by that bar. Your forearms are just burning.
Maybe he'll just go one side at a time. Again, I think he has to go up at least. Oh, and he's down.
Oh, that salmon ladder is a killer. It claims yet another victim, but Williams' time through the warped wall is good enough to move him into 12th place.
Let's send it over to Alison Haislip, who's with an exhausted William Spencer.
How you feeling right now?
Horrific, for starters. I'd like to say that is a man's obstacle. It looks really simple, and for the viewers out there, that is horrific. I'm not kidding you. Anyway, these gentlemen up here that are still dry, wherever they are, total men. Men.
So William giving props to the guys who actually completed this unforgiving course. His run into the top 15 means we say goodbye to one of the most popular competitors here, National Guardsman Ryan Stratis.
Yeah, but no doubt we'll see Ryan back here next year.
And Ryan's exit puts Kane Sinclair in the crosshairs. He's hoping 56.33 seconds through the warped wall will be enough to hold off our next competitor. Fair to say Kane could be in some trouble here, Jimmy?
Serious trouble, Matt, because next up is Levi Muhlenberg, the most experienced and most successful of any American at Mount Midoriyama.
Levi Muhlenberg!
I made it all the way to Japan to the 3rd stage, where I was taken out by the cliffhanger twice.
緊張の高さ180
I've been there, I know what to expect mentally and physically, because by the time you're in the 3rd stage, you get there, it's like 3 in the morning and you're jet lagged, and it's just a really tough situation. So I know what to expect, it's just me in the course. I put everything else out of my mind.
The quest for a 6th trip to Japan continues here in the semifinals for Levi Muhlenberg.
Through the quad steps very quickly, no surprise there. Levi's off to a very strong start.
It'll be interesting to see how Levi approaches this run. Will he have a sense of urgency to the warped wall, or will he pace himself in order to avoid mistakes? A little stumble on the bridge of blades. His heartbeat has to be kicking up right about now.
Looking strong so far. Remember, he needs to get over the warp wall faster than Kane Sinclair's 56.33 seconds in order to ensure a spot on the leaderboard.
Levi's well ahead of that pace to this point. He should make it no problem.
Levi's at the warp wall. Easily besting Kane Sinclair's time. Kane will be going home. Now the only question, can Levi get to the finish line? Doesn't even test the trampoline. That is confidence.
Jumps right up to it, using his legs to stop his momentum. That is crucial. Buys him some extra time on the ladder.
He's really focusing on his right side, looking at the placement of the beam. I guess he just assumes it's even. He's preparing to make the move to the circle slider. Oh, and he's still holding on, and he does it. Look at him looking at the top 15, smiling. He's got a shot at the top qualifying time, though.
He's at 125 now, and look at the look on his face. He wants that #1 spot.
Having a tough time on the cargo net, though. I gotta imagine a little bit tired, but right now he is competing for bragging rights in the boot camp. Truesdale's time around 150. Looks like Muhlenberg is gonna blow that away. Levi Muhlenberg with our top qualifying time of 143.88.
That is unbelievable. Levi Muhlenberg showing why he's the guy to beat.
Levi Muhlenberg's great run means we do say goodbye to Kane Sinclair.
Well, he can take solace in the fact he was bumped out by a legend who ran a great course.
Let's send it over to Alison Haislip, who's with the new man at the top of the leaderboard.
You are killing me with that showboating. One-handed ring grab, really, dude?
I mean, I just thought it wasn't exciting enough with all the...
What was going through your head right at that moment?
I was like, oh, I hope I better hold on.
So the updated leaderboard looks like this. Adam Truesdale, our first competitor through the course, has finally been bumped out of first place by Levi Muhlenberg. We have 10 runners remaining. We'll see if any of them can take over the top spot. Levi Muhlenberg narrowly avoided disaster on the circle slider. Coming up, will another Ninja Warrior veteran, Shane Daniels, make it through this menacing course? When American Ninja Warrior continues. We are cutting a field of 30 outstanding athletes down to just 15. But that's when things will get really tough.
That's right, Matt. For the first time ever, those 15 athletes will go to an intensive boot camp to decide which 10 will represent Team America in Japan.
6 more people have hit the course, hoping to take another step towards Japan. Travis Rosen was disqualified for grabbing the top of the spider jump.
Christopher Geis lost his grip on the jumping bars.
The Bridge of Blades tripped up both Andrew Carson and Andrew Tabor.
But Paul Casimir, a parkour instructor from Colorado, put his agility on display on the way to hitting the buzzer.
And Ryan Cloud Cousins, who practices parkour in the Windy City, moved on as well, blowing through the course on his way to a spot in the top 15. So with 2 more athletes completing the course, we had to say goodbye to David Money and Sean Morris. Here's how the leaderboard stacks up. 26 of our top 30 have taken a shot at this obstacle course so far. Still, just 9 have been able to clear it. Next up on the course is Travis Furlanick.
Travis made it all the way to Japan last year. He's hoping to join his uncle, David Campbell, in the top 15 now.
Meanwhile, it's Chris Wilczewski dropping down into the hot seat. He's hoping 50.29 seconds through the warp wall is enough to stick around. Travis through the quad steps, no problem. Very smooth through the rope swing.
That's the graceful landing you're looking for onto the Bridge of Blades.
Oh, Travis almost eats it on the Bridge of Blades.
Man, he is trying to blaze through the first 6 obstacles.
He knows he has to beat Chris Wilczewski's 50.29 seconds through the warp wall to get onto the leaderboard. Obviously, completing the course will get him there too.
Oh, he's doing great up to the warp wall.
Blistering pace to the warp wall, 38 seconds. That's more than enough to send Chris Wilczewski home.
Travis told us earlier that he and David have been training on a salmon ladder they built in the backyard. Time to see if it paid off. Well, he's up there, absolutely no problem. Let's see if he has the strength to get all the way to the top.
He has practiced this obstacle at home again and again and again, but it's never the same as it is in competition. A stumble there. Back on track. He just has to get up one more rung, and he's going for the circle slider right now.
He got it!
His left hand barely on, but he is through. Secured a spot in the top 15. Now he's going for Levi Muhlenberg's time. Let's see if he can pull it off. Travis fighting up the cargo net. He wants that top spot badly.
He's got to beat 143.88 to beat Levi Muhlenberg to the #1 spot. I think he's going to do it.
Oh, he does! Travis Berlani with our new top time by half a second. He edges out Levi Muhlenberg.
That's all that separates first and second in this contest. That's how tough it is.
With Travis's claim on the top spot, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Chris Wilczewski.
Well, Chris, nothing you can do about it. A veteran came out and put together a sick run.
Let's send it down to Alison, who's with Travis Berlani.
Travis, fastest time of the day so far. You kind of killed it. Well, how good was it to hit that button?
Really good. It felt really good.
Now, you almost actually bit it on the Bridge of Blades. What happened there?
I don't know. It was actually last time I went on the right side. This time I went on the left, so it just threw me off a little.
But you got it back in your head, obviously, and you finished with that fastest time. Take the first seat.
Right on.
Thanks, Alison. Our next competitor made it all the way to Japan last year. Let's see if the experience serves him well. It's Shane Daniels.
Well, he's getting over a major wrist injury. He said his concern is the spider jump and also that salmon ladder very hard on the arms and wrists.
Well, William Spencer will be watching Shane's wrist closely because he just stepped into the hot seat. William's time to the warped wall, 49.64 seconds. Shane's off and running through the quad steps. Let's see if that wrist holds up on the rope swing. Real rough dismount on the rope swing.
You know, one thing about an injury to something like a wrist, even if it doesn't... Oh, he's still on. Rough landing. Doing well on the spider jump. One thing about an injury, even when it heals, you worry about it. It's on your mind. You might baby it. That can be disastrous.
Shane looking to get through the warp wall faster than William Spencer's 49.64 seconds. He's a guy looking for a return trip to Japan. Smooth through the jumping bars.
Shane completes the warped wall in right around 44 seconds. William Spencer will be going home. But here's the big test, the salmon ladder. It's been everyone's kryptonite so far.
Shane is down! William Spencer is going home, but wow, Shane Daniels, yet another Ninja Warrior veteran, unable to solve the salmon ladder. He's done enough to get to the top 15, but this competition is unfolding unlike anyone could have possibly imagined.
Close finishes, not a lot of people completing the course. It's been an amazing day.
Let's take a look at our current standings. Travis Berlani takes over first place from Levi Muhlenberg. Meanwhile, with William Spencer's departure, Lauren Ball slides down into the hot seat. We're about to find out which 15 will advance to the first ever American Ninja Warrior Boot Camp. So far, the top 13 names on this leaderboard have all officially secured a spot in boot camp. But Jimmy, we have 2 runners remaining, and they're 2 of the best.
That's right. On deck is Trevor Vaughn, who set this place on fire with the fastest time in qualifying. And up right now, it's fan favorite Brian Orozco.
Well, Orozco's a veteran of Stage 3 at Mount Midoriyama, and he's on the course. Lauren Ball is on the bubble with a time of 49.21 seconds through the warped wall. Orozco through the quad steps. Oh, almost fell, grabbing the rope. Now that would be a foolish way to go out.
Yeah, but you can't take anything for granted. That's what's so, so different about this course is that you can go through it once. It doesn't mean you're gonna go through it the same way again.
Just flies through the Bridge of Blades right into the spider jump, making it look easy now, Jimmy.
But that's what these veterans are doing. They're going through the obstacles with momentum. We're seeing a lot more of that today.
Lauren Ball's time through the warp wall, 49.21 seconds.
He's slowing down a little bit here, not quite tall enough to use that arm-to-arm technique that the taller competitors use. You know, it's a slow time here.
It is a slow time as he looks at the warped wall. Wow, it is gonna be close. Oh, Orozco misses it by just half a second. Orozco did not beat Lauren Ball's time through the warped wall. He must get past the salmon ladder if he wants to stay in contention for a spot in boot camp.
We've seen so many veterans fall at this point. We see him taking his time. I think he knows how hard this is going to be.
Here he goes. Remember, if he drops here, he goes home. So far, so good. Really taking his time, trying to slow himself. Looks like really fatigue has to be setting in, though, at this point.
It's got to be. It's so hard to lift yourself up, but he's doing it well.
Resetting his grip. Is he looking a little tired to you?
You know, he's doing a lot with his legs. He's not just using his arms. He's using his legs to propel his upper body. I think that's his technique for this, but he's in trouble.
Misses. A legend in trouble. He's high enough, though. He's gonna go for the circle slider. No! Jimmy, he's unable to hang on to the circle slider, but he did complete the salmon ladder, which Lauren Ball was unable to do. Brian will advance, cutting it very close, though. A mental lapse there?
Not really a mental lapse. I think his arms were very tired by the end of that, and he got his hands on the ring, but couldn't hold on to it.
Let's send it to Alison, who's with Brian now.
You're still in this competition, my friend.
I hate sneaking by on a technicality because I really wanted to finish the course, but honestly, if it's there, the rules say so, I'll take it.
There you go. Let's go get you to your seat.
All right.
Jimmy, it has been an unbelievably unpredictable round, but it all comes down to this. Our final competitor, Trevor Vaughn, who had the fastest time in qualifying, is about to run. And on the bubble right now, 21-year-old Patrick Cusick.
Well, Matt, that's a terrible place to be. As an athlete, you never want to leave your fate in someone else's hands.
Trevor Vaughn obviously looking to complete the course, but at the very least, he has to beat Patrick's time of 48.21 seconds through the warped wall if he wants to move on. Trevor casual at the rope swing. He's through. Oh, looks to have hurt his midsection.
You have to start thinking at this point, am I going all out for the warped wall, or am I pacing myself and trying to finish?
Almost down on the bridge of blades, but through.
Trevor took a little moment to gather himself before launching onto the spider jump.
A lot more deliberate than he was yesterday. I mean, he said he left some time on the course.
He made it to the warped wall in just 38 seconds yesterday, well behind that pace right now, though.
Clearly, Trevor trying to pace himself. He's not going to beat Patrick's time. He wants to complete this course. At this point, Patrick Cusick is safe unless Trevor advances past the salmon ladder. This could be a shock. He has to get past the salmon ladder to qualify. It all comes down to this. Is he even going to test the trampoline? Yes, he is.
Of course he will. One thing he told me, he said, my cardio's great. I've been training at altitude. Hope he has a lot of gas left in the tank.
He's up. Secure grip. I got to say, it's shot. Patrick Cusick cheering him on. That's the kind of sportsmanship we see here. Keep in mind, though, Trevor Vaughn, a parkour practitioner, he's down! Our #1 qualifier is down and going home! Wow. Unbelievable. I did not see this coming. Trevor Vaughn, fastest in qualifying, going home.
It looked like his momentum started to bring him downward before he was able to lock in. He simply lost his grip on the bar. So intent on coming out here and experiencing this course. He should be proud of himself. He's a phenomenal athlete.
So Trevor Vaughn will have to wait until next year. Let's send it to Alison, who's with Patrick Cusick.
You just made our top 15. How do you feel?
I don't know. I'm numb right now. This is awesome.
I mean, you're so young. You've been waiting for this for 5 years. This is just got to be epic for you right now.
Oh, this is fantastic.
You are one step closer to getting to Japan, my friend.
Thank you.
Jimmy, this day has been insane. I don't think anybody could have seen the competition unfolding the way it did.
Only 10 athletes finished this incredibly difficult course. 5 who had splashed out, thought they were going home, are moving on to the next round.
We do have 15 who are moving on to the next round. And here they are. Travis Berlonic edged Levi Muenberg for the top spot. Not really a surprise. They both went to Japan last year. Also in the hunt for a return trip to Mount Midoriyama, Rich King, Ryan Orozco, and Shane Daniels. But for all of them, things are about to get a whole lot tougher.
Now, these 15 elite athletes are about to leave the balmy beaches behind and travel to the blistering hot remote mountains of California, where they will endure the agony and the intensity of the first ever American Ninja Warrior boot camp. Here, the athletes must battle it out man against man for the honor and the opportunity to take on Mount Midoriyama. Only the 10 mightiest and most agile men will secure a ticket to Japan. A shot at total victory and the chance to win $250,000. Who will survive this hell? Who will make the final 10? Next time on American Ninja Warrior Boot Camp, where the rivalry begins.